A 13-year-old spent 6 months trying to socially undermine me in my own classroom. So one day, I put her ex-boyfriend's name in a Kahoot question and let the class destroy her for me. I made the Kahoot. There's no mystery to that part. No plausible deniability. No accidental upload from some mythical colleague. It was me. Sunday night, laptop open, 15 multiple choice questions on introductory drama theory, blocking, stage directions, ensemble work, script structure, basic year 8 elective content, most of it insultingly easy, except one. And I knew exactly what I was doing when I wrote it. People imagine revenge as emotional, explosive, heat of the moment. It wasn't like that. It was measured. I even planted a fake throwaway question 2 slides earlier purely to remind myself to start casually walking toward the back of the room before the real one appeared on screen. That's how deliberate it was. I didn't yell at her. I didn't report her. I didn't lose my temper in class. I just embedded a name into a Kahoot quiz and let 30 year 8 instincts do the rest for me. Her name was Sia. If you've ever taught teenagers, you know the type instantly. Never openly awful. Well, never enough to punish properly. Just constant low-level social erosion. The sighs. The muttering. The little glances toward her friends after you explain something. Miss, you already said that. Or my personal favourite. Wait, are we actually doing work today? Always just enough plausible deniability baked into the tone. Nothing reportable, nothing concrete. Just a slow, ongoing campaign to make you feel faintly ridiculous every time you open your mouth. And over time, it works. Not dramatically, quietly. You start dreading that particular class. You start over-explaining things because you know she'll weaponize any ambiguity. You start hearing the sighs before they even happen. And eventually, after enough weeks of it, your brain starts fantasizing about tiny moments of balance being restored. Not career-ending humiliation. Not screaming matches. Just one clean little moment where the room finally turns on them instead of you. Then, one lunchtime, maybe 8 weeks into semester, I overheard her talking about a boy named Jasper. And a few months later, I overheard they'd broken up. That's all. No dramatic crying, no giant scene, just information. And my brain quietly stored it away like a survival ration. The question in the Kahoot itself wasn't even clever. Which of the following would most likely be considered off-stage action? A. A character breaking the fourth wall. B. A door slamming backstage. C. The main character, Jasper, leaving the stage mid-scene. Or D. A costume change during a blackout. That was it. No wink to the audience. Just his name sitting there in plain sight. The question loaded onto the screen. And for maybe half a second, nothing happened. Then you could physically see recognition spreading across the room. 3 girls near the window looked at each other first. One boy made a horrible choking noise trying not to laugh. Then, almost all at once, the room turned towards Sia. 22 heads. Like birds changing direction mid-flight. No way! Oh my God! Someone actually slapped the desk. And Sia? Frozen. Absolutely frozen. Her face went red almost instantly. Neck first, then cheeks, then ears. She pushed her chair back like she was about to leave. But right then, and this is the part that elevated the entire thing into art, the vice principal, Miss Lee, happened to walk past the classroom door. She stepped inside immediately. Sia, sit down please, sweetheart. It's just a game. I nearly lost composure on the spot. Because now Sia couldn't even escape properly. She had to sit there. In it. Red-faced. Humiliated. Completely aware the room knew exactly why everyone had exploded. And the beautiful part was that technically, nothing had happened. It was just a name inside a quiz question. No swearing, no insults, no direct attack. If anyone questioned me, I could have dismantled the accusation in under 30 seconds. What? Jasper's a common name. Meanwhile, the room was still quietly collapsing around her. I started walking toward the back of the classroom, pretending to inspect a student's laptop. But honestly, I just wanted a better angle to watch the aftershock ripple through the room. A few kids were still giggling. One kept turning around to look at her. And Sia just sat there staring at the screen, shoulders slightly rounded inward, trying to survive the remaining 7 questions without emotionally disintegrating. And the horrible part? It worked perfectly. Not loudly, not chaotically, perfectly. I'd spent months being socially undermined in my own classroom by a 13-year-old girl with good instincts and plausible deniability. And for one lesson, one beautiful microscopic lesson, the room finally turned back on her. I wasn't guilty. I wasn't conflicted. I wasn't wondering if I'd crossed the line. If anything, I remember feeling impressed by how little force it had actually required. One name. That was all it took. And the truly incredible part? I genuinely don't think she ever suspected me. She knew I made the Kahoot, obviously. But teenagers have this strange way of perceiving teachers as emotionally flat background objects, support characters. I honestly think, in her mind, it never occurred to her that I had enough social awareness to engineer something that specific. Even if I showed her the draft history, the timestamps, or the planning, she'd probably still look me dead in the eye and say, "You're not smart enough to pull that off." And maybe that's the funniest part of the whole story. Because she still thinks she was the only person in that classroom capable of social warfare. She wasn't. She was just the only one immature enough to do it every single lesson. Me? I only needed one question.